Welcome to Extreme Nerd Table. If you guys don't know what the Extreme Nerd Table is, it's a little bit of the kid thing is kind of a kid talking about a little bit of pop culture with friends. So I have D with me. I have Anthony with me.
Wait, oh, he made it back.
Yeah.
What is
So
up, fellas?
not much, not much.
I was looking for a book and I just found it right in the
Uh,
nick of
yeah. We're gonna be talking about to what topics today is about Hawkeye, about George Perez, about the little bit of issue about the Shiri thing. Yeah, but that's pretty much what we're talking about today. So okay, first time. All right, first time we met George Perez. My first experience meeting him was at my first ever con I went to. So I didn't know who he was at first, you know what I mean? And until the friend explained who he was, I'm like, okay. But really nice, dude. He did a sketch like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Signatures were free, and then you know what I mean. The sketch was not a head sketch wasn't expensive at all. So at the time when I met him, so it was pretty cool. So when did you meet him, Anthony?
I met him three times. Once, once in '94, once in '96, and I had the pleasure of meeting him again only 3 years ago. He did a signing at a comic book store in historic downtown Sanford. And although I met him twice in the '90s, I have been unlike yourself, I was a fan of him throughout my entire childhood. In fact,
Uh huh.
um, I picked up before he ever did any Teen Titans, before he ever did any JLA, before he ever did any of that. He was a apprentice for Rich Buckler in the early
Ah.
70s. And that's how he got his work on Fantastic Four and later the Avengers. And it was really his run on the Avengers when Ultron fought the Avengers, Jocasta, Ultron made a bride. There was a famous run where not where Hank Pym went cuckoo banana nuts, and he was Yellow Jacket at the time, and he went crazy, and he took Janet Van Dyne and turned her. What's up, Eddie from the Batcave? And he turned Janet Van Dyne. He stripped all her clothes off, put her up to some Frankenstein contraption, and then like put her essence into Jocasta, the same way kind of Jarvis in the movies is put into the Vision.
Right.
Anyway, the Beast was in the Avengers lineup at the time. Wonder Man had just come back from the dead, and every time the Avengers got together in that George Perez run, they used to get the shit beat out of them. And it was great though, because it was those Perez Avengers remind me so much of like Infinity War and Endgame and the MCU vibe, where
Right.
they're really down and out and then they come back fighting. But especially his depiction of the Beast on the Avengers team was amazing to me. And then of course Teen Titans, and then of course I've followed him every single thing he's done, all his indie books, his self-published books, cross-gen shit. But the pinnacle, which Daryl's about to hold up, of course,
Right.
the Crisis on Infinite Earths, which, by the way, I have over, and I'm not going to bore the audience or the viewers, but I'll save it for another stream sometime, because the man is still alive, and let's hope for a miracle.
Right.
But to be honest with you, let's not act like he's dead. And
Right.
in memoriam, let's just celebrate his work. But as far as comics, guys, if you look up his Wikipedia for comics or whatever, he's done over like 2,000 issues. Okay. And that's not counting covers.
Yeah.
All right. Even the John Byrne X-Men that are so valuable, like X-Men 112 and all that.
Right.
If you really look, a lot of them are Perez covers with Byrne interiors and vice versa. And of course, he did X-Men Annual #1 with Akron or Archon or whatever, which was amazing during the Byrne Cockrum era.
Right.
But honestly, I have to say my last meeting with him 3 years ago was tremendous. Oh, and getting back, what I was going to say is I have literally over 150 signed items by Perez because, as you stated, when you go see Perez, he signs as many books as you want, doesn't want $1 for anything.
Nope.
And everybody who's watching and who's on the panel, you know how much I hate slabbed books, right?
Yeah.
I only own one slabbed book. And it's Deathstroke Origin, First Nightwing, Jericho, signed by Mr. Perez in Sanford, Florida. And really quick, I know we're not doing a show and tell, but I bought this copy of Sirens.
Whoop. Hold on. You're showing and telling anyway, so.
No, well, I just think this is important because this was his last indie work he did.
Okay.
Boom Publishing, Sirens. It's the pen and ink version. And by the way, signed, as you see.
Very nice.
2018. It's all his pens and inks. And when he did this, by the way, guys, he only had really the use of one eye. But look at this detail.
Very
nice. You know what'd be the best thing? To make a series of shirts. Let's say George fucking Perez. Because not only is it completed inks, but completed pencils.
That's cool.
The man was a workhorse.
Yeah.
And again, you don't have to blow it up. But if you find copies of Sirens, it was George's last self-published work with Boom Comics.
Okay.
And again, the detail is astounding.
Yeah.
Because he was a master, man.
Right. Like you said, he was a master. Even with one eye, he still did, work like that. So it's like
he had one eye, broken hands, pancreatic cancer, and he still runs circles around most artists today.
Yeah.
And back then, by the way.
Yeah. Because now it's more cover artists than anything, man. I don't think there's many interior ones at all that can actually do a whole interior and a cover.
And by the way, if you really want to appreciate George Perez, just look at the astounding covers. His cover work almost rivals his interior, if not better.
Yeah. I mean, I knew who he was at the time. I just didn't put two and two together after when I met him. You know what I mean? Like I knew his Wonder Woman. The first thing I remember is the Titans run and the Wonder Woman run. So when did you meet him, D?
I've never met him.
You never?
No.
Oh, okay.
But here's the thing.
You should.
I had all of three things to show, and y'all have already talked about and ruined all three of them. Y'all have a good day.
No, let's see your. I saw some Crisis, which is his most renowned work. Those iconic covers. Let's see him since we're talking about him.
I've only got one of them. But what I really wanted to say was, as I can show this while I'm saying it anyway. But one of the main things that I wanted to say is I've never met him, but over the past few days, I've seen hundreds of photos with him. And the one thing I noticed most is he did not have fans. He did not have admirers. He did not have followers. He had family members that he just did not meet until that day when he had a photo with them. You can see, I mean, not to put down Neil Adams. Neil Adams, he's there Did you paste the lady? Okay, we'll take a picture. You could see in his face in every one of those photos how happy he was to meet somebody new.
Yeah.
I mean, he would put his hands and give you a big hug, like
Yeah.
you've known him for 30 years. And that makes me so sad that I met Neil Adams and I have not met George Perez.
Right.
And two other things I want to show. You mentioned Wonder Woman. It's that awesome Wonder Woman #1. And the other thing, since Anthony, wanted to spoil it. Thanks, Anthony. Here is the series of Sirens. Which the thing about this series, it took it was like 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 months between issues when they came out. So he was struggling with it, but when you look at the art in these things, like Anthony said, stunning.
Yeah,
stunning artwork.
Yeah. And it's at the time when he had the one eye and all this other stuff too. So yeah, he had issues. So that's.
And there's issue 5,
right,
and issue 6.
Very nice.
But if I'm not mistaken, I believe every one of these were wraparounds too. I'm pretty sure they were. Yeah, I think every one of these were wraparound covers also.
Most of his covers are, man. Like I think the
Wonder Woman over here is
also
wraparound as well.
I think Wonder Woman. I think Crisis was too. I think like a lot of them are. A lot of his are wraparounds.
It's just later in his career, you would think, what, does it really need to be all the way wrapped around and stuff? Do I need to go through that extra effort? And what? Yes, he did. Yeah. And thank you, George Perez, for doing that. I'm still hoping that I can still meet him at some point, because it will be a major loss on my part if I don't get to meet him. A major, major loss on my part. Because, like I say, when I see all the pictures, he's got the biggest smile in the room. Like, he's truly enjoying his time with people.
Dude, he's like, when I met him, he said he signed my friend's stuff, and my friend asked him to sketch him a Thanos, and it was cool, man. It was like, nice. And we talked to him for a good hour or so, man. And like, yeah. And then the second, I met him twice. The second time I met him at the Fetish Con down here in Florida. So.
Wait, what kind of con?
Fetish Con.
That's what I thought I heard you say.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
George likes the ladies. He likes the cosplay.
Yeah.
Nothing
especially
wrong with
especially Wonder Woman's too. Yeah, I've noticed. I noticed that when I met him a couple times. So
he likes the bondage.
Yeah, but it was cool. I mean, it was honestly cool, man. He was even nice at the Fetish Con, man. He would talk. Yeah, he was talking. He talked to me for a good, like for a little bit, and then
he couldn't hear you with that ball gag in your mouth, though.
Yeah.
I want to. Cool. I can't stress enough too. Everybody talks about his DC work so much.
Yeah.
Go pick up these. You can find these on eBay for trade. Right. Fantastic Four Visionaries. Fantastic Four Visionaries.
I forgot he did some Marvel work too. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
By George Perez. There's he did 30 issues of Fantastic Four. He did 20-something issues of the Avengers before he ever went to DC. Right. And as I said, the cool thing is it's very early George Perez in a very Marvel, Sal Buscema,
right,
Rich Buckler stuff, but this stuff is fantastic. I'm just telling you.
I really like his art.
I want to turn people on. You got to check out his Marvel work before DC. Wasn't as refined when he hit Teen Titans. When he started Teen Titans, he got his signature look.
Right.
Yep.
He was kind of house styling it at Marvel, but his storytelling was so good. especially his Avengers stuff. It's unreal.
Like I said, we can't have right now, at this day and age, we don't have a person that can actually draw interiors, cover, and tell a story. You know what I mean? Back then, you had Kirby that could draw interior out, covers and tell a story. Now it's more, if it's not a cover person, it's only interior. You know what I mean? And they can't really write everything. You know
Yeah,
what I
like
mean?
for example, there's a guy who I think is amazing. He did the Old Man Logan series. That guy Steve Mcniven.
Yeah.
You see him doing all the Moon Knight covers. They're phenomenal looking, right?
Yeah.
Steve Mcniven, who did Old Man Logan, did a lot of great stuff with Mark Millar, whoever, right? Steve McNiven puts that detail down like Perez and Stephen Platt and all those great artists. Steve McNiven, all he does is covers now. You get there's these awesome Moon Knights hitting the stand every month in your LCS. It looks like the best art you've ever seen. And then as soon as you open up the book, it's like, someone else did the interiors.
Yeah.
Carpet's got to match the drapes. So I'm saying.
Hey, Anthony, has he done? I don't remember exactly, but has he done Vampirella? I don't remember if he's done any Vampirella at all.
Perez?
Yeah.
I think he has.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's just done some covers and stuff. I don't think he did any interiors, but
okay.
I don't think he worked those, but
I don't think he worked for Harris, but I think he may have done like when they crossed over with stuff.
Right.
Halia in the house.
Hi, Halia. What's up, man? Yeah, so honestly, it's gonna. I mean, like I said, I've liked a lot of his work, man. Like the Team Titan, where I first remember, like it's his Wonder Woman and his Team Titan stuff. That's how I got into him, and then, I read the what was it, Team Titans. I read
Teen Titans. That's how you got into him, and then you went to the fetish con to see if you really could get into him. I'll be here all night.
Yeah, we know. But no, the whole problem. Damn, man, it was cool, man. Like honestly, meeting him was cool. You know what I mean? Like talking to him felt like talking to a friend. You know what I mean? It wasn't like how like Neil was. Like you said, like Neil Adams or where it goes. Did you pay the lady?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, he said that before I had a picture taken with him.
Yeah. That would turn me off more than anything. Like, what the heck? You know what I mean? It's it's
no, you're right. And not only that, but Neil Adams is $50 a signature.
Yeah, I think it's a lot more than that now.
George Perez was zero.
I don't mind paying a little bit, but when you're talking about $50, $100, last time I saw him in San Diego, I think he was like $100 a signature.
George Perez.
Good luck to you.
I wanted to tip him at the Sanford show, and the handlers there said he will not accept money.
That's, I mean, like Tucci doesn't really accept money. Tucci just wants you to tip it for the what the hell the fun. I keep forgetting to help out the other like the older creators and stuff like that.
Like Neil Adams.
Yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous for a signature.
It is.
I mean, I don't mind paying like $5-10. I don't mind that.
No. Yeah, $5-10 is okay, man. But
I mean, they're spending their time there. They're coming from somewhere else. I'm sure, like big names like that, they're putting up. But still,
but Neil Adams, if I'm paying $50, I expect like a like a little sketch on top of the signature should be.
Well, for example, like when I saw Rob Liefeld earlier in the year,
right?
I got something signed for $50, but Rob sat and talked to me for 15 minutes and took pictures and shook my hand and gave me a hug in the middle of COVID. So, that's what I'm saying. It's all about treating your fans well, regardless whether you're gouging them for money or not.
Yeah.
Right. But
That's
if
all
they,
right.
yeah, I know, I understand. You know what I mean? They're
I
legends
understand
and
to a
stuff like.
point.
Well,
Yeah.
and we don't have to be negative about Neil Adams or anybody else.
Right.
Let's
Well,
just
yeah.
say the cool thing is,
Right.
like, George Perez lives in Florida, so at
Yeah.
least Jeff and I do have a good chance of seeing him
Once
in the
again.
next year.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be at MegaCon,
Yep.
and then when the Delta was going around, he backed out. But guess he really doesn't have to worry about that now.
Yeah.
And that was not being a jokey. That was just being serious.
Well, if FetishCon happens this year, he might actually show up to it. You never know. I'm being honest, man, because I didn't even. What was it? There was one year
What
that
were
he
you
went.
doing there, by the way?
Because you guys remember I was a bouncer at a strip club, so we went.
What?
Yeah.
He was a display model. Let's just be honest about it. Come on.
No, that wasn't it, man. I actually had to go because we were promoting stuff, and I had to be pretty much security for them, so the girls and stuff like that. So, yeah, pretty much that's what I was doing. You guys asked, so that was the previous job 5 years ago.
I can just see you. I'm the only one allowed to grope these people.
Are you like secretly like Shang-Chi in the 10 Rings?
No, man.
Crazy, that's who he is.
You don't look massive enough, no offense, to be I've met you in person. I don't think I'd hire you to bodyguard any.
But this is now, but that was 5 years ago. I was a lot bigger too.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Like Ant-Man bigger, or
he was like 7'4".
No, I was pretty much size-wise. I was a little bigger. I was way heavier. Like I was like 235 back then. Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah, it's funny. Like 10 years ago, I was about 40 pounds less, but absolutely ripped, chiseled, like 4% body fat. So there you go.
Yeah. But it was.
Now
it was
homeless.
But it was pretty much. It was interesting, man. Like the first year that it happened, I didn't know that it was him. I thought it was somebody else. You know what I mean? And then finally, I'm like, I actually walked up and asked him, "Hi, here's Hialeah. What's up, man?
What's up, fellas?
What's
Not
up?
much. So when was the first time you met him? Met George Perez.
No, man, I'm here for the freaking strip club talk.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
What club did you work at, Jeff?
Deja Vu Showgirls. Yeah.
Anybody that we might know that you guarded their bodies?
You mean danced? What was it? What was it? Stormy Daniels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Pre-election or post-election?
Pre-election, way before that, man.
She's really hot, hey now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Randall's here too. Hey.
Yo.
Hey.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
What is the up?
So we were talking about when we first met George Perez. So when was the first time you met him?
That's not what
Look at him trying to change the subject, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Good.
Before you came on, we were talking about the strip clubs that Jeff used to be a bouncer at.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So what's the worst? What's the worst thing that happened, or who did you have to protect, and how dicey did it get?
Yeah.
The last show, what was it? The last day of my when I gave him my 2 weeks. The last day
he's not there anymore.
Yeah, pretty bad. It was a group of what was it, bachelors and stuff for a bachelor party. Came in, you guys know Tampa, Florida in general. If it's a full nude, you can't really drink there. So they brought in alcohol, pretty much. So and ended up in like pretty much like a big pile of people like just trying to tear each other apart.
Like a Caligula orgy.
But it pretty much looked like that, but it was more of a fight type of thing. It was we're yanking people off.
So if I go into a place in Florida and I have beer, I'm not allowed to take my clothes off. Is that what we're saying?
Yes.
No, it's not. You're not allowed to drink in the establishment.
That's in Tampa, that's in Tampa, not down here.
Yeah, not in Miami though, but it's
Okay.
down. Yeah, but if it's a full nude, yeah, so we can't. Yeah, but
and that was a public service announcement,
Yeah,
kid.
there's your PSA for you.
Knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe.
Knowledge is power.
Yep. So, when was the first time you met him, Miranda? When was the first time you met George Perez?
Please say it was at the fetish convention. Please say that.
I've never met him.
I technically have only met him once. It
There
was
you
at MegaCon. I'm like an idiot because he did so many conventions. I'm like, oh, I'll catch him next time. Oh, I'll catch him next time, And and so now with the news dropping and everything that's been going on, I'm obviously going to miss out. But
so he was there and you didn't go to his table?
Most of the conventions, yeah. Just because he did so many conventions and I was like, I didn't have time. So I'm just like, I'll just make time next time. And
bet you Ned Beatty was there and you took the time to meet him.
Oh, yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
But there was one time I was in line and he was really nice, obviously. There's millions of stories, I'm sure, out there, all the experiences that people have had with him. I've never heard one bad thing ever from George. I've seen him in interviews and I've seen how enthusiastic and kind that he is, he truly, he's one of the few rare artists that really, really loved what he did, and yeah, he just, and that's the thing is like, we need more of that in the comic book industry, right? You have people who are artists who have this talent and they're just really just focused on making money. And like, you can tell like some of them, like just, they don't care, it's not, either it's not fun for them or it's not, so it's just one of those like, but George was one of those guys like, yes, like I'm excited. Let's do this. Let's, so yeah, I mean, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to hear the story, but I love how a lot of people love his outlook on the whole situation. It really is inspiring, so yeah, I missed out. I have a buddy of mine who is doing a private signing with him in January. So obviously this will be one of the last signings that he's doing. So I loved the JLA Avengers series, the 4-issue crossover with Marvel and DC that him and Kurt Busiek worked on. And probably my favorite cover ever from George Perez is with Superman on the cover with Captain America's shield and Thor's hammer, and like his suit's all damaged and everything like that. So I think I have a random issue of that around. I might mail that out to my buddy and get it signed. And the cool thing that he's doing too is that the majority of the proceeds, the majority of the money, that's because it's $40 a signature. The majority of that money is actually going to be going to a charity that George supports or wants, I believe. I saw something on there about a charity, so I was like, okay, that's cool. So yeah.
It's going to Fetish Cosplayers of America. George loved the women, by the way.
Yeah.
Loved them.
Oh yeah.
He was faithful and has loving to his wife, but man, he loved those cosplayers. Woo,
Yeah.
woo, woo.
If it was Wonder Woman, especially
Supergirl, Power Girl, Wonder
Woman,
Woman, he did not discriminate.
Nope.
He liked them. And let's also give it up for George. I met him through 3 decades, and every time you met him, and even if you see pictures of him in the 70s, he always wore those crazy Hawaiian print shirts.
Yep.
And in the last 25 years, in my 3 meetings with him, he had just different designs that his wife actually sewed. She was a seamstress. She made a lot of his shirts, Like I saw one shirt the last time I saw him in 2018 in Sanford. He had Wonder Woman logos, but they were like only a half an inch big, and there was a million of them covering his shirt. So she was really talented. He would never go try and find a picture of him without a colorful print shirt on. It doesn't happen. So,
Right.
man, the guy had a signature look. And again, if you get a chance to meet him, anybody watching, anybody on the panel, please do. He hugs you so tight. He, like the last time I had a shaved head, he had a shaved head. We had the same goatee going. He like took my head and pressed it against his and was like, hey, we're twins, we're Siamese. It's like, he was so cool. My son who was 9 years old at the time, he went and took pictures with him. My son had no fucking clue who George Perez was. It didn't matter. He was hugging my wife. It was beautiful. He's a great family man. He's a great artist. And you know what I got to say? I'm very talk about social media. He's been off social media for like 4 or 5 years since, and he just got back on social media to connect with his fans and his friends, and that's all I got to say. Because most modern artists, they're on social media every minute bitching about this and bitching about that and signaling this and signaling that. And here's this guy saying, hey, guess what? I only got 6 months to live, maybe. Come see me. I love you. That's inspiring as an artist to do that.
Yep. So, Hialeah, when's the first time you met him? I
never met him.
You never met him?
I went to my first con that I started getting back into comics. It was like 2016, 2015, something like that. And I went to a convention here. And bro, I wasn't looking for comics. I was just getting back into it. And he was there signing. And for some reason, there was the line, and I got like right next to him. I was like standing right next to him. He was signing, and I was just standing there watching him sign. And he seemed like a great guy. He was super friendly. And I was like, dude, I was like within 3 feet of him. I was just standing. And he was doing his thing, and that was I make the line.
Right.
I knew who he was. I mean, I loved freaking New Teen Titans, man. That shit was my jam. But so I know who he was. The Avengers, all his amazing books and the Avengers. But yeah, I'm not a big autograph guy or meeting.
Right.
There's a few that I've met, but I wasn't nervous or anything when I was next to him. I thought it was cool as shit.
Right.
It was badass.
So that's cool.
I don't know if he was at Heroes when I've been there, or I don't think he was at San Diego when I was there. I don't think he was at either one of those two. That's the two big shows that I've gone to that's had lots of artists and writers. So I don't believe he was at either one of those when I was there.
I mean, he used to do a lot of shows, but like a couple of the ones that he said he wouldn't, like there was a couple of years ago, he said he wouldn't do MegaCon, or he wouldn't do no Florida cons at all, no more, or something like that. And then he finally said, that MegaCon, and then he canceled. So, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
That plus COVID, I'm sure,
Yeah. Plus COVID and everything else. But so, anybody watch Hawkeye this week?
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what did everybody think?
Daryl, what did you think?
I saw the first 2 episodes. That's all I got to say about that.
Oh man, the 3rd episode's the best episode.
The 3rd
It's
one
funny.
really good, bro.
I can go 17 years and there could be a series, and I could say I haven't seen it since episode 1. You should have seen the last one. Always like that. Like
you always miss the good episodes.
I watched like 3 seasons of Lost, and somebody goes, season 4 is when it really gets good.
I'm convinced you go on the internet. I'm convinced that you go on the internet, you look up which episodes are the best episodes, and you make sure not to watch them. Right? I'm gonna watch all of the bad episodes.
And how many's out?
It's
3,
only going to be
4.
6.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I
Four
watched 2,
Four.
so clearly I've missed half the show. That Captain America Winter Falcon Soldier show. I watched like 2 episodes of that. I'm like, this kind of sucks. And so, I don't miss just Target episodes to miss. I'm like, hey, Randall says this episode is good. Skipping that one.
I'm going to start saying every episode is good.
Well, then that's just more for me to skip.
Yeah.
I did watch the new Bill and Ted movie, and it absolutely sucked. My God.
I mean, I thought it was okay.
Well, you don't count. But it absolutely sucked.
I'm a huge Keanu Reeves fan, man. I went today to go see they re-released The Matrix in the movie theater. The first
cool.
one.
Yeah, the first one.
I went to go see that today.
That's awesome.
Wait, did you like that one? That
Yeah.
fucking sucked, man.
You excited about the new one?
Actually, yeah. You know what's funny is like when they first announced it, I was just like, I don't think it's gonna be good. And then I saw the trailers, and I was like, okay, like I was worried, like
John Wick spoiler.
The directors did the movies, like when they did the second and third one, they were like going really, really big, and that reminded me of the guy who directed The Mummy. Like the first Mummy was a great movie. Then he tried to go bigger for the second movie, and then bigger.
It's like the Pirates. The Pirates movies are the same thing. They're bigger and bigger.
Yeah, kind of. And it's like the bigger that they tried to get, the it lacked. And so that was so with this new Matrix movie with the trailer, it looks like they're going reverse. Like they're not going really big. It's more like repurposing the Matrix. So like it's actually more of a mystery because you're like, how is it's called Resurrections. How is everybody back? Well, not everybody, but how are like some of the main characters back? So it's intriguing. It's intriguing. Plus, I mean, I love Keanu, so I thought it was cool. Like I've seen some interviews with Keanu, and Keanu's like, one person's like, "Wait a minute, how are you back? You died." He's like, "Yes, I died, but I'm back." So it's like, so it's just,
way to solve that mystery.
Yeah. So
first of all,
I'm excited for it. I can't wait.
Yeah.
First of all, the whole key is I think they're going to do it that the Matrix that we watched in the 90s and the 99 and 2003 and 2005, that was a loop or an alternate timeline of the Matrix that they're in now. Just like when you watch the trilogy of the Matrix films, when he first meets the architect, he says, this has been 6 iterations, and you're the 6th chosen one to stand in front of me. It's all a big loop. And the thing was, maybe the whole thing was a dream in the first place. Maybe he never came out of the Matrix. That's the cool mind fuck of what the whole Matrix is anyway. You're not real. My son rewatched some of the Matrix, the first 2 Matrix movies with me to get reacquainted because he saw him when he was younger, and we're going to watch it when it comes out. And he's going to me like when he saves Trinity by putting his hand inside of her to take the bullet out. I'm like, my son's like, well, how's he doing? I said, he's not doing anything. They're just data. They're not really there. It's a dream. It's a simulation. So in reality, or in Matrix reality, the whole first 3 movies could have been a simulation. And they can easily address it and say, well, that was a simulation, and we need more money.
One thing I caught in the first movie is when Neo goes to see the Oracle, and she's giving him all the information, the advice, all that stuff. He's like, I'm not the one. And she looked at him and she's like, nope, afraid not. You're not the one.
Dude.
But she's like, you have the gift. And they mentioned something about the one, and she's like, maybe in another life. And so when she says, in another life or another lifetime or whatever, it hits to Resurrections, right? Like maybe this version of Resurrections, this is another lifetime. Or like you said, Anthony, maybe it's another loop.
Remember, when he first goes and sees the Oracle, the little child bending the spoons, says to him, remember, you have to know something. And he says, what is that? there is no spoon. There's no spoon to begin with. So what are you bending? Boom. That's it. Is this a real podcast or are we in the Matrix?
Is
All
that
right, guys,
air you're breathing?
So anybody read anything this week? Read anything from anything? You guys pick up anything? Read anything?
I haven't had any time.
Hi, Aaliyah. D.
I read,
Anthony.
No.
I read Primordial 2.
I reread some of Fantastic Four Visionary by George Perez. Okay.
That's cool.
Check it out. Everybody talks about the Teen Titans. I can't say it. I've said it 4 times already. George Perez worked for Marvel for 4 years before he ever did a DC book. His shit's amazing. Go check it out. Fantastic Four, Avengers, Defenders, Marvel 2-in-1. He did a shitload of Marvel stuff. Go Wikipedia. Go Wikipedia his ass. Go to the dollar bins and go get some stuff. And
Boom,
he has.
boom.
And by the way, he did an adult book with Peter David called Sex and Violence. And it is so graphic and has nudity, oral sex, major violence. It was done by Eclipse Comics or Epic Comics. I don't know. It was crazy. And then pick up Sirens by George Perez. While he's alive.
I loved his Avengers run. My early first Marvel books that I picked up was when they did the Marvel Heroes Reborn, Heroes Return. So when
but I'm talking about 70s.
I know you're talking about the 70s, but I'm just I also want to mention like his Avengers run in the 90s when they brought back the Avengers, him and Kurt Busiek. That was a very, very solid, very good Avengers run. In fact, it was probably like the last like Marvel 90s feel comic book run that you saw before comics made the big changes, when we saw Marvel Knights and we saw like Kevin Smith writing and all these other writers coming in, Bendis, Millar, changing the industry. So, but that was a great run.
Can we go back to a point real quick? Jeff asked if any of us had seen Hawkeye. We all just said yes or no, and then we just left it at that.
That's more than enough talking about that garbage.
What's everybody think of Black Widow's sister showing up?
Florence Pugh.
I didn't see her.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, will she show up again? And she didn't really say anything.
Let Hialeah chime in.
I didn't really care.
Okay.
I mean, I think it was cool. I don't really care, bro. She showed up and I was like, all right, no big shit.
Yeah.
But I'm just, they keep hinting at Kingpin coming in, and I'm waiting for that moment, man. I hope it happens. If it doesn't, dude, it's great with the anticipation. It's awesome. So even if they don't, it's all good. But man, how cool would it be if he shows up? Oh my god!
I think if he does show up, I'd watch it be like an after credit scene in the last episode.
Maybe. I don't think it'll be long either. It'll be something brief.
Well, the one thing that we can always surmise is that all of these Marvel properties after Endgame are just commercials for future things that are going to happen. So, with that said, the post-credit scene in Black Widow was setting up the Hawkeye show. And then the Hawkeye show is going to set something else up. WandaVision set up the next Doctor Strange. Loki with Kang set up everything maybe 5 years from now. So it's all related. So the one thing you can say, regardless about whether Daryl thinks there's too many jokes or not, Marvel, at least Kevin Feige, does know how to work continuity. It's amazing how he's got his finger on creating a comic book universe. Whether you love the comic book movies or you hate them, you got to give him credit. if you ever, I did a deep dive last week about the last episode of Hawkeye. There's so many Easter eggs. It's unreal.
Mhm.
The little stupid things, apartment numbers, Jessica Jones's apartment, and this hallway, and this doorway, and there's a license plate with Roy Thomas's name on it. Just
Right.
ridiculous shit. And it's like the MCU is like an episode of Seinfeld or Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Well, now I want to watch it.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
You know what? That's a brilliant. You just gave me a brilliant idea. Disney
Oh, no.
Plus. Disney Plus should do a series where they're pointing out Easter eggs in every movie.
Well,
as an
Disney
episode.
Plus is just a big infomercial for the next phase, anyways. That's all it is.
I mean,
Right.
Hawkeye's gonna be walking down the street and be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
what's the deal with Thanos?"
Or what was that show on MTV? Was it MTV or what's that pop-up?
Oh, with the little things.
Yeah. We should do that.
Mhm.
We should do
Yeah.
that. A lot of people might watch. Hey, Eddie from the Back Cave says good night. Check out the Visionary FF. Good man, Eddie. Hey, you know what's weird about the Hawkeye show? He's in Kate Bishop's aunt's house or whatever. He keeps drinking coffee out of a mug that says Thanos was right on it. Now, I know it's like years after the event, but I think after all the shit that went down, him turning into a serial killer and Natasha being killed and half the world disappearing, I'm thinking he wouldn't drink out of a cup that says Thanos was right. I don't know. Is that just weird to you guys or what?
I think you're onto something there. Yeah. Why would he? Right.
I think that Clint was probably like, Thanos is right. Just don't take my family. Like if you didn't take my family,
That makes no sense. bro.
True, because he wanted everybody else to
He
die.
clearly didn't like
It's
Black
like,
Widow.
as long as everybody else dies and my family's okay.
You
It's
know,
cool.
you guys are right, because like when he is Ronin and he's killing people in Endgame, he says, "Why are you killing me?" or whatever. The Japanese the gangster, and he's the Yakuza, and he's like, because you survived. So it's like anybody that was in the half that lived, he wanted to get rid of. So you got a point there.
It's fucking funny.
So who do you guys think his wife is? They're like Hawkeye's wife is
She's Velma.
No, not that.
I heard a rumor
It's
that
Martha.
apparently she's supposed to be Mockingbird.
Yeah, supposedly
That's
she's
silly.
yeah.
It's Martha. We all know it's Martha.
She's not. I think she's just a Russian operative. And let me go roundabout back to the Seinfeld. Julia Louis-Dreyfus, who is the Hydra AIM ex Shield, from the '60s with Nick Fury, the Contessa. I bet she worked for her, and it's going to go right back like a Seinfeld episode. And Julia Louis-Dreyfus is going to dance at the end.
That would be classic.
Not the dance.
Classic.
There you go.
But yeah,
George
I think
Costanza
I
shows
think
up
she's
as
just an operative. I
Oh,
don't think
okay.
she's
George Costanza.
Mockingbird, who is and here's why I say that too, because whatever her name is, Laura or Lara, whatever Clint's wife is, Clint was married to that woman in the comic books. Like that is a canon character,
Right.
his wife with that name, and of course, Mockingbird is Bobby something, whatever. So I don't.
Maybe she's a scroll.
Ooh, that would be great.
Yeah.
She's a scroll, and they're setting that up. The Secret Invasion.
Yeah, they got to set up the Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
I hope She-Hulk shows up.
They only got 2 episodes. Oh, yeah, 2 episodes because they say it's 6 episodes or something like that. So yeah, they only got 2 episodes to set it up.
I like all the people that no matter what Marvel movie comes out or TV show, they're always like, the X-Men are going to show up. I said this 6 months ago. I'm saying it now. We're not seeing any X-Men for like 10 years.
It's gonna be a while.
Trust me.
Yeah.
They're not coming.
My favorite is every time something comes out, Mephisto.
The Mephisto. That's my favorite one.
I've been hearing that.
I did see something recently
Oh, here we
that
go.
apparently they're going to reveal the cast of the Fantastic Four movie early next year.
That'll be cool.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So once we
Fantastic Four right there, bam.
nice. Yeah, I mean, I just want it to be over with. Like, hurry up, give me the cast. Let me know who's.
I
gonna
hope Chris
play
Evans
these
plays the
characters.
Torch again.
He was good as the Torch, man. I actually
Yeah.
liked him.
He was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did like Jessica Alba, but
No, me neither.
I said I did.
I didn't. Like
She's the hot.
You said you didn't like her, bro. You told me the other day.
I said she
I
was
hate
hot.
that Jessica Alba.
Yeah, at the
Ursa
Fedicon.
Richards, worst ever.
Worst rich ever. I said the movie sucked. I mean, the Roger Corman movie, Fantastic Four
Hey,
was
those
bad.
movies sucked, right? But goddamn, wasn't it fun seeing Silver Surfer, bro?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That movie could have saved itself if they just would have had a real Galactus.
Yeah. Not a cloud, not a yellow fart cloud or whatever.
Silver Surfer was badass, and,
Bro,
and
watching him on screen
Randall
like
met
that-
him last week.
Oh, that's right.
Bro, watching him on camera, dude. Oh my god, when he goes through the board and he's dude, I was like, oh.
That chase, chase with
so
him
good.
and Johnny
Yeah.
through the subway and stuff, that was amazing.
It was so much fun. As a fan, just a geek, it was
Mhm.
it was like, I can't believe I'm watching this, man. It's
Yeah.
so badass.
And there was a lot in those movies that were fun,
Yeah.
and good, but they just,
Yeah, they felt flat.
they were ahead of their time.
Yeah.
I think they were behind their time, and their time may never get here.
I think it went too kiddie. Like you're talking about the too many jokes now. That one was just a little too light.
It's
It's really
only
funny.
getting worse.
A lot of people probably don't remember this, but in the first Fantastic Four movie, when the wife leaves Ben because she sees like how monstrous he looks, and she's like, "Oh," and puts her ring down and walks away. The actress that played his wife is she played the character Lori on Walking Dead.
Oh, really? She had
Lori. Oh, that was what's his face's wife. I hated
Has she
that.
said anything since then?
Well,
Oh,
Alicia,
sorry, not the wife, the blonde. Who was the blonde in the
The Walking,
Walking
Dead?
Dead?
I don't know, but Johnny
That
was
Andrea.
capping a lot of ass in that
Man, I don't remember.
those movies.
Yeah, that was Andrea in the comics.
Andrea, that's it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they hooked
Andrea,
up in the
that's
comics,
right.
but not in the TV series.
Alicia Masters was played by Carrie Russell. Not Carrie Russell. Carrie, whatever her name is, who's a huge star.
Washington.
Washington, yeah. So that was one of her early roles.
By Carrie Grace Moretz.
But Chris Evans was really good as Johnny Storm in those movies.
I like him.
Yeah,
too.
no, he got a lot of. What's funny was like there was this small like independent like action thriller he was in with like William H. Macy, called
Great actor.
Cellular.
He's a really good actor.
And so like after I saw that movie, and one of the producers, this woman, she was just like, yeah, Chris Evans. She's like, he has this look, he has this potential to be like this big action star. She's like, she said like he kind of reminds me of like Tom Cruise. Like he has that potential to be that big of a star. And I was just like, yeah, I can see that. And then when he did Fantastic Four, that put him on the map, and then he just started getting more movie roles and more attention. And then thank God he took Captain America. Like I remember when I heard that Channing Tatum was like this close to getting Captain America. I literally dropped to my knees and I prayed, and I'm like,
Gambit
no!
coming out any minute now.
Wasn't Channing Tatum supposed to be Gambit? Like,
yeah, that's what I was saying. It's coming out any minute
thank
now.
God.
They've been talking about that for a decade.
That ain't happening either. But on a related topic, on social media today, I said they just announced Magic Mike 3 today. So
yeah,
I'm glad one of us
trilogy.
did that.
He's too busy for a Gambit.
I mean, if all of us
No,
that
he really
would have
wanted to
known
do that
that, I
Gambit,
would have
but
bet on Jeff.
There was just so many issues with Fox and Disney buying out Fox. And like you guys said, it's going to be like 5 years from now before we see any of the X-Men characters.
At all, anyway.
Be like in his 40s at that point. Nobody wants to see a Gambit in his 40s.
Get somebody probably an unknown.
Come on.
Who knows?
Yeah, a lot of them are going to be unknown anyways. They would rather get an unknown one than a known person
Or
to
maybe
play.
a known actor, man. Somebody
Yeah.
like the guy that's gonna play what is it, Arrows, Firefox, or whatever.
You mean
Miles, that singer?
Yeah, Harry
Oh.
Styles.
Yeah,
that
let's get
was,
somebody like
in
that.
my opinion, that was a bad
Harry
casting idea.
Styles?
But
Dude, he look. I think he looked great, bro. He
looked great.
Fire.
He looked great, but the problem is that his popularity of who he is,
Mhm.
they're just it's Harry Styles. You know?
It's not a bad move, dude.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as
I-
you think.
I'm waiting for someone to like make a One Direction poster and have like Thanos right there, and then you have
Yeah,
some
but
of
he's
the-
not in One Direction anymore. He's like almost 30 years old. He's not. It was good casting. It's gonna.
He looked great.
It's gonna put more eyes on it, and you know.
It was great. It was a great freaking movie.
Yeah, and it's not like anyone else is jumping to the forefront. So, you know, by putting Harry Styles and Angelina Jolie and getting bigger, you know, actors and actresses, it's just it goes to the point that, you know, it's a new world and actors pretty much will do anything. You know, in 5 years we're going to see the Dwayne Johnson in a Marvel movie. So, you know, it is what it is, man. They're looking for work.
Yeah.
You know, and Tim Chalamet can only play so many roles.
And those movies are money. Those movies are
they're money.
bro.
Yeah.
They get the right character and watch out, dude. That's it. You're done.
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet should be Gambit.
Hey, that's what Leo
Timothy
DiCaprio
Chalamet can
refused
be
to do in,
Gambit's like
superhero
walking
movies.
stick.
What was that thing?
I said that's why Leonardo DiCaprio refused to do any superhero movies. He's like, I don't want to be doing this for 10 years.
No,
No,
him
he
and
almost-
the guy that
he almost
the
plays
guy that
Batman.
plays Shaun of the Dead doesn't want any superhero movies either, man. Because The Boys was based the son character was based off of him anyway. Originally,
He is in the show though.
he is in the show, but he didn't want to be a superhero. He didn't want to be a superhero or something like that.
He was in Star Wars. Come on.
Yeah. Science fiction, not comic books. He didn't want to be in a comic book movie. That's what he.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comic
Well,
book
to be
movies are
fair-
science fact.
To be fair, the Star Wars comic book did come out before the movie,
Oh,
I don't
so
really
it
care.
could
I don't believe in that.
be considered a comic book movie.
yeah.
No.
So, like I asked earlier, anybody read anything? So pretty much nobody read nothing this week except for Hialeah.
We're illiterate.
I still have these cards, which are really good.
I read Silver Surfer 6.
I got that.
Are you Hailey? Are you a big Silver Surfer fan?
I like Silver Surfer.
Are you
He's not
looking
my
forward to the Ron Mars, Ron Lim new series?
favorite. No, not too much, man.
Okay.
I don't read a lot of Marvel now. I read a lot of independent stuff. So I might pick it up, maybe the first issue, and if I like it, but I got the omnibus for the Silver Surfer, and I'm just
Yeah, I got you. I just know they first worked on Silver Surfer together in the early 90s.
Oh, with that other run with the Thanos and all.
Yeah. So this is actually the team that did the 90s book, which is very unlike Marvel to bring in two veteran people to take over a big line. And actually, hey, you know, speaking of Silver Surfer, I'm a big fan of the Donny Cates Silver Surfer Black that came out about 2 years ago. Really good stuff. But anyway, the Mars Lim Silver Surfer, they did the, you know, it's not John Buscema, Jack Kirby stuff, but they did their early 90s Silver Surfer. And I think that was the last time Silver Surfer had like a real critical run. And yeah, that had Star Fox and Thanos and all that shit going on. So
I'll pick up the one. I'll read it.
yeah, I didn't know if you heard about it or whether you're excited.
Yeah, no, I know it's coming out.
Yeah, I'll pick up issue 1. I always pick up at least issue 1 to check it out.
I won't.
Well, you don't got no LCS next to you, so it's harder for you.
I almost gave up my religion and picked up a Devil's Reign, and I said no. I'm putting it down.
Well, I picked a couple of things.
Show us what you got there, Jeff.
I actually got to read it, so I actually got to read some stuff. I am.
Whip it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, ball gag.
Oh,
Dude, I wanted
sweet.
that, and my LCS didn't have it. And what is
Yeah,
it?
Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer. It's pretty much like the Last Ronin.
Yeah.
Buffy style, pretty much.
Teenage Mutant Buffy Ninjas.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, dude.
Yeah. So
That's
it's
cool.
she's the last. Pretty much, Buffy's the last Slayer. Pretty much. That's. And then I
Wait
picked
a
up
minute. That doesn't make any sense, though.
Well, too bad.
Yeah. Don't you spoil
That's
it, Graham?
Yeah. And then crossover, or read crossover 10. So have you still been reading it, Hylia?
I haven't. I think I stopped at 7, man. It kind of.
Right.
I don't know. Like I was liking it, and then it just got to a point where it's like it's getting repetitive. It's only on issue 7.
What? Well,
I stopped at 0.
Yeah.
Well, 10 gets pretty interesting, man. Like towards the end, it's pretty funny.
I heard something's supposed to be big in issue 12.
Yeah,
and
but
I did like the art, bro. I really did like the art.
Yeah, but 10 has a funny review at the end, so it's pretty funny. But I don't want to spoil it if nobody hasn't, if people are still picking up and hasn't read it yet. So I'll let you guys know off air. Yeah, so far it's at 10, so I'm guessing it's gonna be at least maybe ongoing. Then I picked this one up. Actually, Tim actually recommended me to pick it up. Actually, got the chance to read it. Interesting. She pretty much turns into the wolf. So
I like both.
Whoa. You spoiled this book, but not the other one.
Huh?
You spoiled this book, but not the other one.
What? It's not even spoiling it, man. The wolf's on the cover.
You just gave it all away. What are you talking about?
She's the wolf.
Yeah.
She turns into the wolf.
Spoiler alert.
Actually, I got to read this too. Silver Coin.
I've heard that's a good run. I still haven't looked into it though. I heard it's good.
Yeah, read The Good Asian.
Wow.
Is that good?
Yeah, I've been enjoying it. What was it? I can't remember the damn basis of the damn story now. Yeah, but he's a detective, pretty much. He's a detective in old school San Francisco, and he's getting into some deep shit, pretty much. And then reading NYX issue 2.
How is that?
This is pretty much her villain from the 90s, from the Vengeance of Vampirella run. It's pretty much the villain, but I think Dynamite's trying to create her into an anti-hero now. So it's kind of interesting to see where it's going. So
cool.
Yeah, and then Vampyverse. Yeah.
Vampy.
Got to read this Vampyverse. It's pretty interesting. It's similar to Red Sonja verse. It's pretty much, if you ever watched the Jet Li movie, the one, it's pretty much that's what it feels. Pretty much that's what this feels like. It's one pretty much one version of Vampy coming after other versions of Vampy. So, and then the same thing with the Red Sonja one. That's pretty much what that one is. And that's pretty much what I picked up and read this week. So I actually got a chance to read it this week. So I'm actually happy about that.
That's good, man.
Yeah. So anything?
You guys watch Monkey?
Yeah. I've watched it. I enjoyed it.
You guys, Brando, Anthony, no?
I haven't. I just
no, I haven't. Again. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is it good?
For Hulu.
Yeah, man. I freaking what was that show? The guy was like a special agent, and it was very James Bondy. It was like it was animated. Oh my god!
Archer. Yeah.
It's a lot like Archer in the same way as Archer. Dude, I really freaking enjoyed it. I was like, I didn't know anything about it going in, and I was like, oh, dude, I could totally like this.
But I still remember when Steve picked up the book from Urban Legends, when he picked up the Hit Monkey book, and we laughed because the next month that thing hits the hot list. I'm like,
it's Steve, man. It's Steve.
Yeah,
he just knows.
Yeah,
it was. I had a lot of fun watching it, man.
Yeah, it's actually decent. I actually liked it.
Yeah.
Did you guys checked out Lock and Key issue season 2 yet?
Oh, I just there's no time in my life, but
Right.
I so want to watch it. But
season 1 was absolutely awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't started
Wow,
season 2
Daryl
yet.
likes something.
I like My Mirror very much, and that's about it.
Yeah, but
So it's a variant
uh,
of Daryl. It's the one that
Yes.
likes everything.
Yes.
but I'm actually looking forward to see if they're gonna if they're gonna invest in Joe Hill's universe pretty much like the what was it? Nosferatu was okay, it was interesting. The from what was it? AMC when AMC did it, it was interesting, but it could have been like I mean they took pieces out of it, but it was still decent. It would still made sense. You know what I mean?
It wasn't worth it though. Watching to the end. That's my opinion of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like watching any Stephen King movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Great until the last end, and they don't know how to do it. Boom. That's me.
Or like the turtle and whatever else. Yeah, so pretty much. But it's
What'd be really cool is it like Joe Hill wrote his version of like Saved by the Bell. Like, that'd be kind of neat.
Well, yeah, but Joe, what was it? There's a new Joe Hill book coming. Already came out. That I really.
Saved by the Bell.
Oh, that's what we're like, huh?
I think he's thinking about what was that girl's name that was on there that became a stripper? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh man, yeah, she was hot, dude. She did that stripper movie, yeah.
Elizabeth Berkley.
Yeah, dude, she was hot.
Yeah.
She was a hot.
Yeah, but it was. They actually reference it in the new show. Actually, the Saved by what was it? The new Saved by the Bell show. They actually in season 2 they actually mention it.
It's almost canon.
Yeah, it's a random poll at Bayside. Hey, have you
They said that Desi spent a summer at Vegas, and she says that she doesn't want to talk about it. And then they said, "What happened in Vegas?" And she's like, "Oh, lots of crazy stuff. I pushed the girl down."
That's funny.
And then they had her trying to flirt with a firefighter, and she literally was like wearing this cowboy hat. She looked like she was wearing the same clothes, like the same getup from the movie. And I was just like, "That's hilarious." They've made Showgirls part of they made these Showgirls references, and they've made it part of Saved by the Bell.
It's perfect, right?
Yeah.
It
It would have been awesome if Mr. Belding had shown up in Showgirls.
Jesse,
Jesse,
don't tell Mr. Belding
you
I
can
was
dance
here.
better than that.
This is for you.
Wow.
All right, man. I'm getting tired, man. So I'm gonna call it an hour.
That's an hour and 8 minutes, Jeff.
Yeah.
Wow, you look tired, dude.
We never even talked about Shuri.
Oh yeah, the Shuri thing. Yeah. So what's everybody think about it? Where they're gonna replace Shuri if she doesn't get a vaccine or whatever it is?
I got
no problem with it.
What a stupid story.
Exactly, dude. That sounds like so made up. Just people trying to stir shit up.
It's really not, because she's been anti-vaccine for a while.
Oh yeah.
But you know what? If anytime a celebrity, actor, actress, whatever, comedian, if they go against anything that's in the agenda, they're done. And they've been talking about her for the past year. They've been Gina Caranoing her for the past year, but I think they make a very, very foolish mistake.
Yeah.
By taking her out of the next Black Panther movie.
Well, has that been made official then?
No, it's hearsay.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's
but I know, but
she has somebody putting shit out there, and they're fucking
right. But she has been very vocal. But at the same time,
I understand that.
If she wants to keep her job, she should probably be quiet. And if she doesn't want to get vaxxed, who the fuck cares?
Who cares?
I mean, you guys. I mean, we do watch television, right? There's like 50 to 80,000 people at these football games and concerts and festivals. and comic conventions. Why do we care about our Disney set with the testing every day and all this crap?
Right.
I guarantee you, even if they're vaxxed, I guarantee you they're testing them every fucking day.
Definitely.
So who cares? I mean, whatever. You know, CGI, have her film her shit at home and just CGI her into all the scenes, which is what they do. Which is what they do anyway. Who cares?
Yeah.
They can have
I
maybe
sometimes
Shuri
think
from
that
here.
certain actors. Yeah, I think sometimes certain actors they think that you can't replace me, like you need me for
Yeah.
this movie, and then like more so when Chadwick, sadly passed away, and Marvel is putting their foot down and they're insisting we are not going to recast T'Challa. So everyone has been basically pushing, saying that Shuri needs to be the next Black Panther because that's what it was in the comics. So obviously, listen, if fans know that Shuri is supposed to be the next Black Panther, I'm sure the actress knows as well too. So she's sitting there. She's like, "Yep, it's my time to shine. They need me, so I can do whatever the fuck I want. They're not going to fire me and replace me because I'm a quote unquote lead. I'm
Watch
not
you say
Terrence
watch you
Howard."
watch you say
Watch
you
them
say
kick their ass
that.
out, bro.
Yeah, watch you say that now. They kick her
My
butt
hot
out.
take is: do we need with Chadwick passing away? Do we really need another Black Panther movie? I don't think so. Just
I really
fucking
enjoyed
move
it.
on. He passed away. If you're not going to recast him, don't have another Black Panther movie. You can call it like they're talking. If they call it Wakanda Forever, just talk about Wakanda. Get away from the Black Panther. Stop replacing these heroes. I didn't think they should have replaced Captain Falcon America either. Steve Rogers is gone. Just have Falcon be Falcon and Winter Soldier be Winter Soldier and U.S. Agent be U.S. Agent and just move on. Stop replacing people. Stop making Iron Man 3 and 5 and 6 and 7 and whatever. Just leave it alone. And in 10 years, reboot it and bring another Tony Stark and another Steve Rogers and whatever. Stop already. Stop.
Okay,
Their opportunity to reboot the universe was after Thanos. Sorry,
man.
Diego.
He was trying to say something.
let me just say this before Jeff cuts me off too.
I don't cut off nobody.
There's no
That's
one
the one
watching.
that cuts off
This
somebody is
does.
down there.
Oh, you're cutting them off right now.
And there's no one watching. There's no one going to watch this far into the show anyway. So I'm going to let you guys in on a secret. Sometimes they change the stories to fit movies and TV shows. So you know what? Shuri may or may not be the Black Panther. If not, I don't care.
A toast to you, my good D.
I think Daryl should be the next Black Panther.
I want what's his name? What was the other guy's name? What was his name?
I want to see a white red-headed dude like
What was
Ed
that guy's
Sheeran
name that was
playing
the
Black
other guy
Panther and see what people say.
Like the other bad guy. What was his name?
Killmonger.
No, not that guy. The other guy that at the end came to his side.
Claw.
The gorilla guy.
Yeah. I want that guy to be Black Panther. I like that dude.
Yeah, he should be.
I heard a rumor that
Oh
he is going to be
no, there was someone still watching. Well, that was ruined.
I want a white Black Panther. Can't we do that? A white red-headed?
No.
Come on.
No.
Why not?
Donald Trump is Black Panther.
Yeah, it was
Just a suit.
I like it.
Just a suit. Man, reverse racism.
No. Can't have that.
Can't have a red-headed white guy like the guy who was Weasley in Harry Potter. He can't play Black Panther.
Ron Weasley.
Come on.
He's gonna do it blackface though.
No,
Wow.
it's just a costume.
Wow.
He's gonna do it blackface with the red hair sticking out.
If Miles Morales,
Robert Downey Jr.
Hey, let's face it, guys.
It's him.
Black Panther, his costume covers every part of his body other than his eyes. So what the hell?
Yeah, but he takes the mask off every once.
Oh my god!
The
moment he takes the mask off.
You know what? I would pay $1 billion to see Robert Downey Jr. in blackface playing Black Panther.
Play the man. Who is the man?
I'm just
Wakanda forever.
if you're willing to put up that kind of money, I have a feeling they would be willing to do it.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
that performance
That was the greatest performance
That was
of the last
That-
20
Yeah.
years.
is
bro.
amazing. Amazing.
Doom.
That was just too freaking good, bro. I'm the man, please.
Wow, he shut it down quick. Oh, I'm back for more. Doom. Just because.
That's a nice John Byrne
Mhm.
Fantastic Four there.
That was fantastic.
Yeah. Anyway,
I mean,
Marvel,
Uncanny.
Kevin Feige,
Huh.
Robert Downey Jr. back as Black Panther.
There it is. There it is.
Black
He's gonna
face
want too much
Panther.
money.
How
He's
about
gonna
that?
bankrupt Disney.
Black face. It's Robert Downey Jr.
Black face
Face
Panther.
Panther.
He's the guy playing Black Panther.
He's
I'm the hero playing a
hero.
hero playing another hero.
It could very easily be in the next version of what else.
All right.
And his
So,
sidekick could be Jack Black in a loincloth playing Shuri, now played by Jack Black.
Oh my God! Classic. Classic.
Wow.
all right. So what you guys got going on this week? What you got going on, Hialeah? What you got besides boob windows?
I got boobs.
I got the Johnson show tomorrow where we talk football and
All right.
pretty much it, man. Just hanging out.
All right.
Getting
So
ready
what
for
you
Christmas. Getting ready
Yeah.
for Christmas.
got going on, Randall?
Gonna be pulling a couple all-nighters here, trying to catch up on all the shipments. And then I got my birthday coming up on Wednesday,
Mm.
but I'll probably be just working.
Alright.
But I did take Friday off. I'm gonna go see the new Spider-Man movie on Friday.
That's cool. And what you got going on, Daryl? Besides disc golf?
I mean, besides this golf,
You just took
nothing.
his thunder.
Yeah.
Hey, what, when you
I mean,
turn your
that
head
is
and
literally
you're-
twice
Hey,
that you
hey.
stole my stuff today.
when you turn your head like that and you're looking, what is the answer to your right? What are you looking at when you do that? When you go like this?
I have a skill. What over here?
No, you look the other way. Like if
Over
the
here?
answer, it's like your ventriloquist, your controller.
I'm looking for the guy with the guy to tell me what to say.
Okay,
He's reading the cue cards.
is that
Yeah.
what it is?
I'm reading the cute cards because those cards are very cute. Let's see. Tomorrow, hopefully, I'm going to be recording another round of disc golf, and tomorrow evening around 6:00, we're planning a disc golf chat podcast. So you guys have got to come enjoy that. And then at some point during the evening, I'm going to go over. Hopefully, F's still invited to the Johnson
I
show
send you the
where.
link every week.
There's an individual that is on this stream right now that may not make it to the playoffs.
I'm not making it to the playoffs.
Playoffs?
Playoffs, not for me, not in my league.
And coming up sometime this week, hopefully I can get a few guys together. How Leah says he might want to do it. Talk about Christmas movies and Christmas traditions. So I'm hoping to get a couple of people together for that.
Let me know. Let
Quick-
me know.
Quick question, Daryl. For your disc golf videos, did you manage to get any golf balls?
Oh, I've got
Put in the
balls.
video?
I've got balls.
You did get the balls. All right.
All right,
I mean,
Anthony.
I've had them dirty balls for a long time.
He's got
All
the
right,
biggest
good.
balls of them all, though.
He's
All right,
got
then.
the biggest balls of the ball.
All right, Anthony.
I'm
What you
sorry,
got?
that song is actually saved for another one of Hialeah's streams.
So,
Your
Anthony, what-
musical stream.
Start me up, show.
Just start me up.
So, Anthony, what you got going
I'm
on besides
trying to. I have all I have to do is letter a few pages of Venerella. Going to press this week. Actually going to press a week and a half earlier than expected. Trying to get the thing out. I'm crowdfunded. 42 backers at $2,100 and something dollars.
job.
Ready to fulfill, ready to print. And I call up my printer, and the printer tells me the paper we use for your book, we don't have any in stock.
I knew it.
And I said I talked to you 2 months ago about this, but I guess I'm not the highest baller there is. So on a comic nerd topic, I have seen people at smaller labels like Fantagraphic Books. Ed Piskor, who does that Red Room.
Yeah.
He was supposed to put out a collection of Red Room, and he's delaying it for 3 months because wherever they print Fantagraphic Books, they're out of paper and ink.
Wow.
So I said this months ago, and I should have not, because I think I'm going to be affected a couple weeks by it. The good news is by January, they say the coast is clear with ordering paper, but with all the trees in Canada and in the United States and the paper companies, it's still ridiculous. What I was told by my printer and a printer in Sanford, all our paper comes from China. What the fuck? Why can't we get our own paper? Really? Right. So anyway, but that's neither here nor there. The book is done. I've been working on it for 2 months. I was crowdfunding it for a month. It's done. I finished the art last week. All the artwork is scanned in, all my frames, my pages, everything's cleared up. I was cropping pictures the whole time I was on this podcast. And to be honest with you, I'm sending half the book to press on Tuesday and then the rest of the book to press on Friday. And I'm going to pray and hopefully it'll be done. But whether it's done or not, I'm still going to enjoy my holidays and spend all that money that I got in crowdfunding. But hopefully I want to get my stuff to my backers between Christmas and New Year's. If not, it'll be the first week of January. So that's just the breaks. I have no control. And I made my backers happy by sending them free music the other night.
Yeah.
So I know two of you guys are backers of my campaign.
Yeah.
You should have received an MP3 in your Hotmail, AOL, Gmail, or whatever the fuck accounts you have. And there you go. And anybody that's backed the campaign watching or on the panel, if it is running late, I will update you.
Right. Yeah. That's pretty much what Anthony got going on, and that's what everybody else got going on. I got Anthony's Comic Wednesdays. I'll try, guys, if work doesn't hold me for 2-3 hours again, like always. But pretty much, but and then the comic book, I'm getting tongue-tied again. Comic book, why am I
the Nerdy Collective?
The Nerdy Collective. I keep thinking Hook. I don't know why I keep thinking Hook.
Well, you're thinking that because when I hit a golf ball, it's normally a hook. So there you go.
Your golf ball or your penis?
Here's 3 balls. One extra just in case.
All right, and then next week's Extreme Nerd Table, guys. You never know what we're going to be talking about. Never know what comes up. You never know who shows up.
Let's talk about Spider-Man, since some of us will have seen it by then.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Except for Daryl.
Yeah.
Nice. Thanks for letting me on, guys.
See you later,
man. I just want to remember, never go full retard.
And also,
see you guys later.